about to sail away.
You have a baby face. You shouldn't be talking
I
about
do
him.
have a baby face. You ready? Cool.
Okay.
All right, everybody.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hi.
My name is Joy. Welcome to ThatHUBBLife Radio.
Hi, my name is Aquilas, and welcome to the ThatHUBBLife video.
ThatHUBBLife. Oh.
Hey, get it.
Okay.
So today,
So today we have two actors from Toronto in which they're going to introduce themselves. Go ahead.
Hi, my name is Tamela Mpunglawana. I am a Toronto actor, and I have been for the past 10 years. I know. How is he so young and so experienced? Yeah.
I am Shekinah Mpunglawana. I'm 13 years old, and I'm also a professional actress from Toronto. So yeah,
wow, how long have you been acting?
I've been acting since I was 3 years old. So
Wow, these are 10
Yeah.
years.
That's hard.
Yeah,
Where you,
10
where are
years.
you?
yeah, I was 3 in my Tim Hortons commercial.
Wait, aren't you
That's
like
so much
brother and
better
sister?
than my backstory.
Like, are you
yeah,
guys-
no.
Like you guys are siblings, right?
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
siblings. I just kind of lose track of that stuff.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
you know how you
Yeah,
just
yeah.
occasionally forget a sibling's birthday at times? No, just me? I'm just joking.
So were you forced into acting, or did you like really take it up and
Well, it
nurture
was kind of like how kids will go to like football practice or like ballet or dance.
Oh, so it was like
You-
something you like oh my God, this is something I'm into, and then it turned out to be something you love.
It started out as a discipline. It started out as something like I wasn't the hugest fan of, but then through a few years, I began to see the value for it. With practice and with experience, anything that you do, you're going to be able to discover the redeeming qualities.
Yeah, I think our mom was in the performing arts, and she was pursuing her dream of becoming an actress, a performer, and she put us in it. And from then, we kind of just flourished into the actors we are today. Really.
Okay. Is there are there any mistakes you have made throughout your acting career, or you would like to tell somebody not to make these mistakes?
Well, as far as like experience and like pointers go, I just say everybody kind of learns their own like ropes per se, like just getting used to the game and the grind and what's necessary for you to become successful or for you to attain a certain job or a certain position. And it all varies from person to person because as performers and as artists, no one person can be like too similar to the next, or else it kind of defeats the purpose of art as a whole. So I'd say that for like mistakes, that's definitely going to be, let's say, like 70% of something that you have to come across and discover on your own. But the other 30%, I'd say, is like ambition, drive, courage, persistence. These are all things that are very crucial to being successful in anything, but especially something artistic, because when you become an actor, or let's say you become a painter, any of those like freelance arts, there's like a million other people like you. You become a dime a dozen. So if you're going to make an effort to stand out and you do that successfully, you also have to have the necessary persistence to get your image out there.
What's your biggest motivation? Like, who motivates you within the acting world?
Within the acting world, I mean, like it's all walks of life, really. Like whenever I see a movie and I'm like, I had an audition that was similar to this, it's almost like a learning opportunity where I get to see, okay, where are some areas that I'm aware I'm not as strong in, that I'm seeing played out in this film, and I get to like kind of take notes and kind of like get this lesson of how to improve myself as a performer through these films that I watch with all different kinds of actors. I mean, specifically an actor that I say I take inspiration from, let's see, Chadwick Boseman is cool. I mean, like For me, I know that he's always been around, but he kind of came out of the woodworks when he was in Black Panther. Don't you
He
agree?
came out the cut like, oh,
And strong.
I'm ready for it.
Yeah.
Like, this is my life.
Exactly.
I'm here for it.
But if you see him in like other films and stuff, he's the same. Like that quality and standard of performance like doesn't vary from like project to project. I mean, like everybody improves, but like as far as I've seen from him, he's been pretty solid. And I take that as like a challenge where I'm looking to myself and saying, well, how can I tune my skills to be at the highest standard possible and maintain that over a prolonged period of time? Because he was like that for such a long time and didn't really get recognized by the general public until Black Panther. And that was after 10, 20 something years of acting,
Okay. Out of acting, I want you to answer now. Out of acting, what other hobbies do you have?
Well, I do all types of acting. I do film and television work, I do voiceovers, and I do musical theater. Musical theater has dance and singing in it, so for sure, I do love to sing, I do love to dance, and sometimes on my off time I'll be training, taking dance classes or vocal lessons, just to keep my, keep my skill up. So I'm always ready for auditions and things like that.
Okay. As sister and brother, has there ever been like a competitive role that you ever went after together, or?
Like maybe it's like if we were like the same gender and same physical, visual description, yeah. Because if I'm going for an audition that a friend of mine is going for, I can see how that'd be applied. Yet, that being considered, I don't have many actor friends, if not any at all. But with my sister, if we're going into auditions, it's more like if I didn't get an audition that she has an audition for, if she's doing something that I haven't accomplished yet, I'm gonna say, okay, well, here's where I feel like I came up short, and here's what you can do to give yourself that extra edge to have an advantage to actually succeed. So I see it as a second opportunity to kind of achieve success in this area where I previously fell short.
I do remember though we did when we were really young and we came to New York for the first time, we did a movie together about the both of us being foster kids who were on the street. And originally I didn't get the job, but we played brother and sister in the movie. Someone else had the job, and then I'm not sure what exactly happened, but I wound up getting the job. I was really young, and it was my first real project, so I didn't really know. I was kind of
what happened is they liked you better. That's what happened.
Yeah, that's what
knocked it
happened.
out of the
I think
park.
I was more authentic.
Wait, briefly, could you guys tell us about your latest film that you guys recorded and that you're in?
Do you want to go first? I feel like
Sure. Well, not so recently. Last year I was in Annie on Broadway, and I played one of the main orphans, Pepper, if anyone knows who that is. I did another musical called The Hockey Sweater. It's a tier under Broadway. It's West End type of show, but still really good experience. And now I'm doing a Nickelodeon cartoon called Corn and Peg, and I'm the main character. And I just finished recording a pilot for another cartoon that's coming out soon.
Dope. What about you?
For me, I just finished filming a short film called Aquilas Escape, and that short film was about kind of a troubled youth here in New York, what that upbringing, having all these disadvantages, being African American at a time where race and that subject was very contentious, was growing up in those conditions and those circumstances, and having the challenges that came along with that setting. So it's a project that I was very passionate about. It was something that I was very like excited to be a part of. Just like, sometimes when you're on set, when you're doing these films and projects, whether it be like a short film or like a feature length production, it can be very draining. Definitely, I think that's an aspect that actors don't commonly reveal, and a lot of them are like really humble. If you see in like the movies and stuff, you'll see people getting their stunts done for them, or doing this and that. But there's a whole additional aspect that's kind of that's not commonly referred to. That's a very large part of being an actor, playing the lead part, doing this or that and the other. So. Yeah, it's definitely draining. Sometimes you're there for 12 hours, and then when you get home, you're gonna like sleep to wake up to go back to work. So.
Yeah.
So what brought you guys here to the Newark International Film Festival?
Well, I originally heard about it from my mom, who has a cheer company called Malkia Cheer. She brought it from South Africa. It's original South African dancing and culture, and she's trying to bring it around the world to share that culture around the world with everyone. And we were originally going to perform here, and yeah, that's how we first heard about the film festival.
Wow.
Okay.
So you're in for a treat.
Yes. Can't wait. So,
If you weren't acting, what would you do? Like,
Oh,
what would you find yourself doing?
like after being asked that question like a handful of times, I have summarized my answer to like I don't know, like if I wasn't acting, I don't think I'd be as passionate about much else. So whatever else I do really wouldn't matter to me. But if I wasn't acting, like default, I just like work at a bakery or something. I don't
work
know.
at a bakery.
Wait, out of all things, a bakery.
You want to have a
That's
9
the
to
spot.
5?
A
Like,
9 to 5. I mean, is a bakery not 9 to 5?
No, that's
unless you
part-time.
own it,
Yeah.
like, unless it's family owned.
Yeah.
But if it's not family owned, you probably get like a 3 to 7 shift.
I mean, whatever they got, I'm open to.
Whatever they got, I'm open
Honestly,
to it.
I think I'd definitely be a singer, because from when I was young, I like idolized not Mariah Carey, but Rihanna and Nicki Minaj, and I had this like pink scarf that I would put on my head, and like I'd sing songs in the mirror. And my mom told me when I was like something like almost a year old, I had like a broom and I would go around the house singing Beyonce songs. So I think I'd definitely be a singer if I wasn't an actor.
Well, can
You
you
gonna
sing
sing us
for
a
us?
chorus?
Yeah.
Oh, what did you say?
A chorus, like a chorus of a
Your
song.
original songs that you've written, check
Oh,
out.
original song. I like that
I
better.
haven't written an original song.
Exclusive songs.
Any requests?
Okay, you said you're into Rihanna, so
Yeah.
pick a Rihanna song or
That
a
was when I
Beyonce
was
song.
young. I haven't heard a Rihanna song in such a long time. Tamila,
She
give me your
low
request.
key, bro.
Give me your request.
Man, like whenever anybody asks me this, I completely blank out. Like, do you have any song
I
suggestions?
know,
in
I do
mind?
too. That's why I'm
I'm
asking.
the worst at like.
How about
Okay,
Pretty Hurts by
Beyonce.
No, the lyrics.
Oh, goodness.
Do you guys want to start?
What about
start
Halo?
off. She'll recognize it if
What
you
about
guys
Halo?
start singing.
Hurts.
That's all I know.
Okay, just sing that then. I'll love it.
Okay. Pretty hurts, shine a light on whatever's worse. Na, 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 na.
It's
And
okay.
the light that shines within me.
Yeah.
I don't actually know.
Beautiful. So it was actually very nice interviewing you guys, and I love each of your personalities. Like, you guys have vibrant personalities. Just love it. And a sibling like love is just here, you know? So I'm so happy to meet you guys, and I wish you the best.
Thank you.
And you guys can check us out on ThatHUBBlife Radio.
Alright.
Okay. Thank you guys.
Thank you for having us.